We've been to the ethereal expanse, its glowing waters and portals. Through one is a mighty port and a portal that glows bright. Within this portal, you zoom through and see the thriving empire of Corel, a place where we see citizens fed, happy generally. Food and water shortage are things of the past, and we see vehicles moving by powered by Ethereum mined from the ethereal expanse. The average citizen has no concept or care what goes on behind the portal. All they know is ships go out, the Ethereum comes back, and it powers their world. Ever glowing lamps on every street. Safety as the dark isn't that terrifying anymore. Things can't lurk in the darkness when light is in the streets. Guards all carry weapons that glow, that make them a decent threat. In many ways, it seems the need of heroic adventurers is not needed in the streets of Corel. Not against monsters. At least not the monsters of Fang. But the monsters of Shadow. Not Shadow of the type where light does not touch. That's typically not a problem in Corel. No, of course. It is the shadow of the heart. The darkness that can reside. Anti-imperialists and corrupt-hearted people. Those are the dangers in Corel. And one's not readily made by the guard walking around in their bright uniforms and flashing sparks. No. Agents. The agency itself. Not well known. They stop the horrors before they become horrors. They make sure the Empire runs. Correct. It's important. And each of you has been selected. Of course, it is your task to be assessed currently. Agents do not carry authority, necessarily. A few high-ups might know of your existence, but you are there to quietly and cleanly make sure things go correctly. And now you sit next to or across from a woman you know as the Glass. You see her long white hair and elven ears stare at you. She looks across a table at each of you. Well, Time to see if our recruiters get to keep their jobs, right?
So
I nod my head.
so their job is dependent on whether we can do something?
Of course. Either they were correct in recruiting you, or I need new recruiters.
Oh no. No need for new recruiters.
I mean, unless we could fill those roles.
Oh, that's true.
All
I'm
right.
sure they get paid pretty nicely.
We definitely make more interesting people if we recruit more.
Well, in this space where you're being a little evaluated, why don't each of you describe your characters and what they're doing in this somewhat simple office? You got here by a series of doors that led you beneath a bakery. Simple, just a desk and a few Everglow lights.
I can start. Dr. Cora Jones. She's a young woman. She looks human. Darker skin, curly black hair, sort of braided out of her face. She looks cool to be a nerd. She has like gauges in her ears, these quirky green framed glasses. But she's in a lab coat, and she looks a bit techie. She's got these goggles on her head, and this big gauntlet on her hand. And I do think that while they are listening, Cora would be attempting to stealthily take a sample of goop from Glow, who's next to her.
I would want you to roll a check to see if you can.
Make a sleight of hand check.
You got it. Well,
First roll.
and it's Dookies.
Then what
I
you
rolled
see
an
is everyone else sees Glow just kind of sitting in his chair. His body just like, he's not really in a humanoid shape, more of just like kind of a blob with eyes right now in the chair. As you see just like different like limbs kind of just come extruding and like moving around. His eyes are like currently like in the middle of his body that seem to be like looking at something inside his chest. As soon as Cora goes to grab like some of the slime, one of the eyes just moves all the way over to where she is.
Ooh.
And just stares at her while the other just continues doing its thing as he just doesn't even say anything.
What a nifty little
Actually, no,
thing.
he would look over and be like, "Can I help you?"
Startled by the confrontation, this little ball, this like mechanical little like zzz, it like sort of lights up, spins around, and starts floating around you in a circle, sort of like making little angry mechanical noises. And it's Cora's familiar, which stat-wise is a raven, but we're flavoring it.
I go and just like poke it with a limb. With a pseudopod. But if you ask him for goop, he will give it to you.
Incredible. Hi. Sorry, I did not mean to intrude or be rude or invasive. I just find you kind of fascinating, and I tend to get a little ahead of myself. What are you made of? Do you mind if I take a sample in a vial?
Oh, no problem. And he just like drenches you in it.
I'm gonna lick it.
That'll be 5 silver.
Well, I very recently spent all of the money I have, so I'll owe you one. She'll wink at you.
All right. Yeah, it kind of just floats back.
After you lick it, Clarity kind of just like intrudes into your space, and it's like, does that count as cannibalism? Granted, neither of you are of the same race, so perhaps not.
I'm not even humanoid.
I do think it depends on your definition of cannibalism. If you want to go technical, then definitely not, but probably colloquial, maybe.
And Clarity is wearing red and black clothes, some leather gauntlets as armor, and she's a really kind of like dark, almost sickly pallor to her grayish tiefling, and her eyes are really sunken in, where she looks a little bit sickly, and you're kind of left questioning, is she going to keel over and die any minute?
I think as the interaction between Cora Jones and Glow is happening, and there's that sound of Cora's familiar going off, Cromir is like gonna take really notice of that after just like absentmindedly like leaning over to see if he's like listening to somebody behind him when there's clearly no one behind him. But like when he hears the little sound, he kind of gets intrigued by it, and then from behind him is this kind of 7-string custom lute that has like these kind of like box microphone at the bridge and at the neck before the frets start, and he's kind of just placing his hands on the fretboard a bit and trying to mimic, using harmonics on the guitar, the sounds of that whirling a bit. And it's kind of there, kind of not there, and he's kind of cringing at it, just trying to get it right until he gives up. He's like, that's interesting.
The whirligig that has no name, I guess we're gonna call it a whirligig, flies over to you, and via recording, which is the mimicry feature of a raven, is gonna repeat your words back to you in your voice and say, that's weird.
No, that's weird.
No, that's weird.
Are there, you said there were chairs, right, that we were sitting in? Okay. I think
Simple wooden chairs.
yeah, I think Silmeria kind of a mauve skinned tiefling with large wings, long curly hair, very well put together, not a hair out of place. Her clothes are pretty much immaculate. She is sitting furthest away from Glow and taking notes. Very studiously taking notes of the conversation between, I already forgot her name.
Cora?
The elven lady.
Oh, the glass.
The glass.
The glass. Between the glass and them. Her tail kind of thumping rhythmically.
After settling down with all these, just observing the crew with us and all the little interactions, he finally sits down close to Silmeria, but behind a little bit so he can watch her back as if something is going to crawl or disturb her in some way. He has his eyes on her, but he's constantly looking around, observing. And he is a man that has longer, natural, kinky hair and espresso skin. You can see that if you look in some certain lights, you can see somewhat of a 3-ringed halo above his head, which is translucent yet opalite. It gives these rainbow refractions. But the odd thing, not that there's just a floating halo, but the halo seems to have eyes, watchful eyes that actually follow the people around him. You see that right now he has small little cupid-like wings that come out of his shoulders. They are down and they don't look like they could hold his body, but with those assumptions, you feel like he's maybe somewhat celestial in blood. But he definitely says a few little words, but you guys actually see him now that he's sitting down, about to pull out a cigarette and look at the glass and basically asking through his eyes if that's okay to light.
She nods.
He takes out a lighter and clicks it and lights a cigarette.
I hope he shares with the class.
I hope you have no need to buy your own.
Samaria kind of wrinkles her nose at that and just.
I mean, if we're gonna be working together, I might as well break bread or whatever you got going on.
I'll be sure to ask for earnings of your next show.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, totally.
You do realize asking for earnings is getting only profit.
No, it doesn't. Does it?
Well, what would you like for us to do?
Yes. Yeah, this is your moment. She just lets you all know it's good you all get to know each other. For you have been assigned as a unit.
Oh, okay.
And it is, even after this, you will fail or succeed together. And now, of course, this is fairly simple for this first assessment. If you can't beat this, who knows what good you are. And for it involves Andra Haas. Politician trying to raise support for the Carlian Empire. She's announcing a new housing initiative in a crime-ridden neighborhood. Recently, she's received an anonymous threat against her life, filled with anti-imperial propaganda. Murderers, all these types of things. Now, where she's planned to give her speech is known for its anti-imperial sentiment, and a modest crowd is expected to be on hand for her speech. It's going to be not to the most secure place. Your job is to be discreet and to minimize violence. First and foremost, you'll protect Andra Haas. Her safety is paramount. Possible? Apprehend anyone who threatens her for questioning.
Where is this?
I have a carriage arranged for you to pull you into to take you into the neighborhood. It's here in Corel, in the Empire.
Is there monetary incentive?
Yes, how much will we be getting paid?
Looks at you kind of oddly.
I shake my head.
Yeah. So you would have actually you'd already got this information. You're the agent, so you work for these people.
Gotcha.
So you're part of being recruited, but you will go. Recruiter's doing a bang up job, I see. You are. There are compensation Mostly, you have access to our equipment, and we will outfit you for the missions, and we take care of your everyday needs. No need for food, water, or anything along those. You have modest accommodations, and should you prove yourself more capable, more will be provided. This job or this position is for the protection of the Empire. That is its reward. But as she takes from under her desk and pours a glass of what looks like very well aged and expensive wine, there are perks, as you will find out along the way.
I'm gonna raise a tendril, like raising a hand.
Yes, GLO.
Are we allowed to still do independent work?
Jello.
Yeah, there's Jello actually.
Jesus Christ.
I have a whole introduction spiel for him.
That's kind of like what I named my car, NME.
Yeah.
I feel like I was just watching that Dimension 20 thing where like they all had like brain puns, but you didn't get it until you said them out loud. That just happened to be real time.
Your question, GLO.
Are we allowed to still do independent work?
Oh, that's right. If it comes across, though, anything not of the Empire is not allowed, obviously. But believe me, you'll find yourselves quite busy.
You said that we would have access to stuff.
Yes. After this assessment.
After this assessment.
First, we assess you, and then you will be put into for official stuff. These are just simple things.
Okay. And how much time do we have before we need to leave?
About 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes.
That should give you about 2 or 3 minutes arriving before she needs to take her stage.
Okay.
Any chance we can get our hands on that note? The one that with the death threat on it?
She has it in her possession.
Fantastic.
Suppose we got any party crashers that you want us to minimize the violence for? You want them brought back here? Do you need them somewhere else, like a safe house or
Apprehend
torture
them,
dungeon?
and the cart will stay. You just
Okay.
simply take them to your carriage.
Wicked.
All right. And above table, real quick, because I forgot to ask this, because I'm a smart person. Would I have been able to do a find familiar?
Yeah, you get find familiar.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna raise the tendril again.
Yes, Jello.
Is killing allowed? Not. I know it's not preferred, but you know, when things come to things.
Your primary objective is to protect Androhas.
Cool.
But as I said, questioning this. As important as Andra is, and as much good as she's going to do the Empire, she's relatively insignificant. Which means a person who life shares that quality as well. Which also means they are connected to someone higher up and may have information on them. Whoever is out to get her, or who might be there in the crowd, is not the prize. The surprise is who they might lead us to.
Got it. Paying for information. Or jobs for information.
In that case, the carriage you get into pulls into the neighborhood and slows as it moves through the busy streets. Looking out the windows, you can see anti-imperial slogans and symbols painted on the walls, and a great number of people peddling their wares or begging for change. As the carriage takes a sharp corner, the new accommodation comes into view. A square of gleamingly pristine stone buildings. In the center of the square stands a small wooden stage, atop which fly the Empire's flags. Beautiful. It's surrounded by a packed crowd. The carriage slows to a stop before the platform. Now, as you are moving, on your way here, you got to ride with Andrew herself. As you're slowing, as all this is happening, is there anything you'd like to talk to Andrew about?
You said specifically that this was about a 10-minute ride. Could
Yeah.
I have been ritually casting a spell, keeping to myself, not saying anything for the 10-minute ride?
Yep.
Okay, so Cora had taken her goggles off of her head and had taken out a wand that is very specifically, essentially, a sonic screwdriver.
Yes. Yes.
She's like clicking little buttons, zzz, 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 beep, 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 and is playing with her goggles during these 10 minutes.
Perfect. I was going to ask if I could also do something during this 10-minute ride.
Yeah.
I bring out a little kit of such, has different makeups and pens and a mirror, and I'm going through. I grab a wig in my bag, I put some scars on myself, and put on a new thing of clothes to look more plain, more like I've grown up in a rough neighborhood, per se, to get a plain disguise.
Very good.
Jello mocks him by changing his shape into a very similar one.
Do you have any descriptors or anything of people we need to look out for?
No. I haven't seen anyone. I've asked people who've dropped the notes, and no one's been able to say anything. She nervously puts her fingers.
We were told that you also have the letter.
I do.
May I
And
see?
her hand shakily goes inside her dress and pulls it out. You can do this, Andrew. You can do this, Andrew. He hands it over.
I don't really have like an expertise in calligrapher's tools, but I grew up on the streets, so does the writing look like scrawlish or like fancy cursive and stuff?
So you see that seems to be made up of several what you actually recognize as official announcements of like from the Kuro Empire, like new laws or announcements of their like what they might be doing, impending things taken from scribes, or notices put on houses for eviction, anything along these lines. that has been cut out each letter and then affixed to another piece to spell out this threat.
Entra, honey, what exactly do you do?
Well, I am specifically, I try to represent the poorer neighborhoods, the ones that aren't as economically necessary to the empire, who don't raise as much taxes and all these things, and I raise support for them and attempt to trying to remake them, if you could, make them crime free, help with housing, make sure people don't sleep on the streets. Places where the empire is respected in the city, they work well, and the dissidents don't understand, the benefits. So I help them understand, and my most recent has been to help this get constructed. As you look out the window and see this fine structure of a building, so it can house many. But I represent those who can't be represented by economics.
I continue patting, writing out a scar. Did you grow up here? Nobody seems to give a shit about places like this.
She looks and lowers her voice. I don't like it to get out, but I did. Just, it could cause some of the negotiations to benefit this place to go awry. I lived here till I was 10, and a family took me in, taught me to do what I do, I guess. And this is me trying to give back.
Oh, we got an underdog tale.
Very noble of you.
Rags to riches.
Not that it's overly appreciated by the people here, but that's just, their head has been filled with propaganda. So, can't blame them.
But who do you think is after you? Think if you're not a popular kid around the soda fountain, or are you just making enemies everywhere for housing the poor franchise people?
No. People believe the Empire is some people believe the Empire has done them wrong. They blame their circumstances on it. It's just how they chose to deal with the upcoming circumstances. But even if this is a creation of their own design, the Empire is still here to help. Just some blame the Empire for their own poor decisions. And therefore, since I represent that, some view this as some empty token, a thing that means nothing, in the case of what they call the Empire's crimes. Which apparently making sure everyone is fed and doesn't die of starvation is punishable by death.
Well,
Not that it really matters, but what exactly is your plan to help these areas?
Well, as I said, this is the first building of a new housing initiative. The first thing we're going to do is get everyone off the streets. The people on the streets are the ones who are the biggest victims of crimes.
no.
They're beat up. They're taken advantage of in
Have you
horrible ways.
now? This housing, is it free to those on the streets, or is there a fee involved in this? Are you helping them get jobs to pay for what they need?
That is the first step, as I've convinced the supporters, is that people need to get off the streets. They can't work from it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So we get them in, and the funding I've arranged very specifically is to make these as simple as possible,
Mhm.
so that we can use the extra funding from what has been passed by the supporters to subsidize them while they find work. Those who are involved in this first building will have a year, in fact, to get on their feet. Though there's different models we're putting through, whether we slowly back off support or we just let them go for the whole year. That's still in discussion on what's the most effective. But this way they can be contributors. And I have already talked that it is likely they will always review. There are realities, and the reality is they might always need to be somewhat subsidized. But
Mhm.
there is a point to which it is good to know that you've earned your day's living.
Okay. Well, we can have multiple. We'll try our best. I've got a way of keeping an eye in the sky, and she'll pull her familiar out of a pocket dimension, and a small owl, about the size of, a little bit bigger than a Coke can, appears on her arm.
She laughs.
His name is Alzok.
When we get to the square, I want to see how many entrances are into it and how to...
How close can one get to the stage? Is it there's like a barrier of security, or is it fenced off, or are they at the foot? So if I can get there.
Here, there doesn't seem. It seems like people all around it.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do here with Andra?
We should probably have like a signal.
Yeah. Like a catchphrase or a yell.
Or an arm wave or a hand gesture, something that will tell us if you see something that you're not comfortable with or that feels threatening, you can signal to us.
Okay. If I see something, I'll let you know. I kind of lose myself when I give the speeches, but
What is she wearing? Yeah, what is she wearing? Is she wearing like a coat or like something with a collar on it, or is it just like she's wearing a formal dress?
It's a high collar of white, and then around it is a gold and purple what look like vestments on a robe of off-white.
Remind me again when you got this letter.
Shortly after the date of the official opening of this development was to be announced.
So like 7 days or
5-6 days ago.
right. And it was Clarity, right? That was her
Her-
name?
Andra.
Well, I'm talking to Molly's character now. I've sort of turned over.
Clarity.
Oh, sorry.
You mind if I grab that letter from you?
I pass it over.
I snatch the letter, put my goggles on, and walk out of the carriage.
Wait, no. What are you doing with that?
I make
Okay.
I make sure that I'm the last one out, and my plan is basically to kind of fall into the crowd more so, so I can watch, I guess, and hear what's happening in the crowd.
Absolutely. So as this goes, she breathes,
Wait,
and
sorry,
she, what? Yeah.
Before she goes, Glow is gonna hand, or Jell is gonna hand her a card. That is what he was clearly one of the things he was working on during that meeting while in the middle of his body. And he's like, just in case I don't get a chance to give this to you later. And when he says "get a chance to give it to you later," he does air quotes around it. And gives her a card that's his card, but it just has GLO on it. Nothing else.
Oh my god.
Ah, thank you.
As soon as Silmeria walks out, she lets Alzok go. And he's gonna keep a place close. Is there a place where he could kind of just sit in the shade around the podium that's really close?
So, here we go.
Yeah, when Clarity steps out, she is knocking every single alleyway into this area now.
Ooh.
Okay.
As you can see, there are 4 ways in, and you can see the stage there. There's like a well.
Yeah. And there's an overhang on this building right here, anywhere in a place where he could perch.
Yeah, I
All
could
right.
do that.
Going up to the stage, does the stage floor have gaps in it an inch wide?
Oh, I got what you're saying. It does have a few, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna head onto the stage then.
So you come into this event, and as you do, Andrea Haas breathes, and as she does, this nervousness and shakiness stop. Her posture comes straight, her shoulders go back, calm, and an air of almost power comes from her. Right. As she bursts out and puts her hand up amid a rambunctious crowd, some jeering, some excited, as she strides and makes a path to the stage.
Damn, I was worried she was going to have her shit together, but she clearly does.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I'm going to be by the stage.
Okay, so there's this crowd, there's stuff going on. So this is you can do whatever you want to do here. This is you're agents, right? You're potentially investigators.
Uh-huh.
How do you want to? So you position yourself. But now is a good thing to kind of get this idea of, what I'll say is there's potentially information or things you could get to go. There's people who are loud, they're throwing things. Some are some are cheering, some are being pushed, some are calling her traitor. Just gentrified. It's a interesting. So
Cora, with her ritual cast, is going to be walking through the crowd, comparing the note to the floor, and she has cast the spell Clue, which means that fingerprints and footprints leave distinct colors per creature. So she will mentally set her time frame from 6 days ago, so she'll see fingerprints in different colors on the note, and she's trying to match a color from the note to any of the footprints that she sees on the ground.
Nice.
It's in a 45-foot radius from me.
absolutely. So okay. Give me an investigation check with advantage for the spell.
I would love to.
Because the thing is, this is a big crowd. So there's like this is a myriad of colors.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the spell's giving you a lot of information, but you still have to like work through it.
I still haven't figured out how to do advantage on my iPad, so let me just pull it up on my computer. I'm so sorry.
I think
You hold it down.
I know, but for some reason my iPad it has never worked. It
Oh,
works on
that's
the phone.
right.
It's not
Yeah.
my iPad. Here we go. Okay, rolling investigation. Really bad. Oh my god, Cora. Well,
What'd you get?
oh, it was a 12.
Okay. So you go on there. You seems like you may be a little lost. Trying to figure it out.
Is there a group of, like a large group of maybe, I guess, better dressed, maybe older women?
Okay. For what purpose? Help me out.
Just eavesdropping, maybe trying to get into the conversation.
Absolutely. You're trying to get close to them?
Yeah.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Hmm.
So they don't quiet their conversation when you approach.
Oh, I do have my D20 out. Okay, 17.
Okay. Start to get very close and start to hear things about, do you think he's here? Do you think he's taken out? You know, he always wears that glove. Yellow. I know.
She would communicate with her familiar. Look for a man with a yellow glove.
Okay. So, what's anybody else would like to do here?
Well, I'm in the crowd already, and I'm got getting that crowd thinkness. I'm just over here like, down with the Empire, fuck them, they don't care about us, and I'm yelling that and trying to stick with people that are with those same sentiments, while in my disguise there.
Okay. Yeah, give me a deception check. You're disguised to advantage.
I'm muted. 17 and a 20. I got a 24.
Perfect. Absolutely. You move in and you circling. So this interesting thing is you're moving more in to where it seems like, I think, your compatriot here, Dr. Cora, was trying to go, but the crowd was just pushing her out as she was like staring at the ground and stuff. She's like trying to stare at the ground and is like getting pushed around because she's not looking at the elbows coming towards her face. So that's sort of like what's messing with her investigation. Like, you kind of see where she's trying to go, so you kind of push yourself, and they kind of accept you, get closer into an area. It seems like that's being a little bit protected. You see almost the people trying to make eye contact with others to make sure that only rabble rousers are there. Something else somebody would want to do.
I want to know how the emotional state of Salmeria when she learns about the guy with the yellow glove.
Okay, Samaria?
I
Do you seem surprised, determined? Like, does your state go from like a more curious to like a more determined now that you have a goal?
hold on. I think her lips, where she was more relaxed, her lips just get a little bit more tight. Like she's really concentrating on something that has piqued her interest.
Okay. So she went to more focused and determined.
Yeah.
She might have found something. And I'll just continue while also like looking out to see where Salmiria is. But that's it for my turn there as I listen in to what the group around me is saying.
I wanna stretch my body out into basically one long pseudopod. I don't know if I can do that with my chain shape thing, but I think I can. And basically try to slither around under people who have like robes or like baggy clothing to be able to see if they have any weapons on them.
Sick.
And if I can, even if it's just flavor, I have like one eye on each end of the long pseudopod going in like different directions.
Absolutely. Ooh. I guess give me a stealth check.
I got a nat 1.
Oof.
Oh, buddy. Wisdom screams, "What is that? You're looking up our skirts!"
I'll have you know.
Pervert! Pervert!
No, natural 1. You look up my skirt and I'm wearing no underwear.
that wouldn't bug Jello.
Oh.
He's like always naked. He does not see anything like that as weird.
All right.
So one of the features for my background is city secrets. So would I be able to find any like passages through the urban scrawl that others would miss?
Oh, interesting. Give me a investigation check.
A dirty 20.
Woof, nice.
You see the crowd. Again, the ones who are making noise seems like they're a little more organized than it would seem, and they're making a right now thin but could be widened very quickly way out to, if we look at the map, the upper right corner. As if someone could go from nearly the center out there very quickly.
I am going to recognize that, and then I'm going to kind of ping what's his name? Jalen, how do you pronounce your character's name?
Deanna Dare.
Deanna Dare. Ping Deanna Dare with message and let him know about that that direction, that pathway. That might be the point of escape.
At this point, between the point of escape, as you're all moving, as the owl flies overhead, as you're taking your positions, there's a man with a yellow glove who opens up his cloak, and you see a crossbow underneath, and begins to take it out. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm having issues with my character sheet on my tablet. It has everything that I need on my phone with D&D Beyond, but not on my tablet. I don't know what's happening here.
It's another 20.
Courses! Again with the below 10!
That is me too, so it's fine.
Oh.
Because Alzok was supposed to be looking out for him.
Yeah, you know this because of Alzok. Alzok's helping alert all of you to this.
Okay.
So what ultimately all of your actions did was make him not get surprised.
Gotcha.
So I was telling you your successes, everything you were doing to do this, and if you didn't do well enough, he was going to have surprise on this, which means he would have gotten a shot off
Gotcha.
automatically. Now you have a chance to stop that but it's still by initiative.
Okay.
All right. So, that being said, for just for ranged attacks here, he is benefiting from half cover.
Okay.
So, because of the crowd and everything, at least if you're small, he might benefit from 3/4. But we're going to start here with Diane Dare. How do you say your name again? So let me get this right. Did I say it right?
Deanna Dare. Deanna Dare.
Deanna Dare. Perfect.
So he gets a glimpse of this gentleman and sees the crossbow rise up, and he positions himself just so he can catch a glimpse of his face. He says, it's going to be hard for you to aim in slumber. And he casts sleep.
Okay.
And let me roll. I don't know. If when I do look at him, do I see any pointy ears, or does he? I can't tell.
I think in this moment you can't tell. This is very quick.
Yep, no
He's got
problem.
a hood on. He's taking this out. This is just
30.
boom. 30. He does not fall asleep.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
I just get a little bit closer there to him, then as much as I can.
You were close, but just beat you.
Yep.
Oof.
Very good move, though. I like it. All right. Looks. You see what he notices that the magic comes out here. What's it look like when the magic comes out?
So my magic is actually meant to, due to my background, is meant to be very secretive, but usually dark shadows and a darkness kind of rings out. So you kind of see dark smoke and things like that kind of surround me.
Yeah. As you do this, he's realizing you're trying to bewitch him and do something to him, and he's like, no. And he keeps his eyes on Andra, Cora.
Yep, and that's my turn.
What
You're up,
Cora
Doc.
like to go?
Oh, got you. Cora, sort of seeing this happening, she's going to sort of look around and trying to improvise something to do, is going to take off her shoe.
Ouch.
With her arcane screwdriver. She's going to do a little word zzz onto her shoe, and then she's going to throw her shoe with the spell Free Throw, which means that her shoe will fly 150 feet. It navigates around obstacles and corners, which ignores 1/2 and 3/4 cover, and it's going to strike this person, and they have to make a dex save.
Dude, that's the sacred chakra, bro.
What?
Yes. Amazing.
So it says dex save 14.
Oh, 17.
So they take half damage on a
Okay.
successful save, which will be 4 bludgeoning damage.
Who throws a shoe?
Honestly. Yes.
I'm just sort of hopping on my foot. Did I get him? Did I get him?
So hits them hard. They kind of shake their head in this moment. Again, this is everything's going slow. The shoe hits, the spell fails. You can see now that they're beginning to pull the trigger, having aimed. Cronmere, it's your turn.
Phew, all right. If I'm close enough, he kind of remembers what he was here to keep this person safe. So if she gets a turn, that'd be cool. But what's her name? I'm already forgetting her name. Her name is
Intra.
Intra. I'm gonna use a bonus action to inspire Intra if she gets when she gets a turn, and kind of just Cronmere will turn to her, kind of wave his hand trying to get her attention, and when he gets her gaze, he's just gonna strum a little bit, and then it's gonna a kind of delay effect into her ears, and then it's just gonna fill her up with a little courage and be like, "Hey, do what you gotta do, but just get back in the car, all right? We're gonna get the fuck out of here really quick." And then switching to Mr. Yellow over here, Cormier's gonna like crack his knuckles, get his thumb out, and then like kind of like angle it a bit, and he's just gonna say, "Gotta put your body into your art," and then flick the lower string and like kind of break his nail on it, and then cast Bane on this dude. I need a charisma save.
Yes. It's only a 10.
Cool. You need a D4 from all your away from your attacks and saving throws.
Then you see them take out their crossbow. And they're going to get the D4 here as a bolt gets... There's like a large, heavy crossbow. Oh. Which with the D4 is going to be a 1.
Nuh-uh.
Goes out shink, as he curses. And see now he's got at least 3 that have gone against him. He's got a lot of range on this. He's going to start to use that path. The path kind of opens up for him, and he starts to go 30 feet down it, trying to get away the best he can. Now, Diandere, you were definitely close enough for an up attack. So want one.
About to attack him here with the rapier that I have. Here. Oh yeah, 22.
Oh yeah. So as he starts to go, there's this thing when to everyone else, just a regular civilian, the rapier goes right up through their the cloak here.
And that's going to be 10 piercing damage.
Yeah, you feel it pierce a leather undercovering of thick as it comes out with just a driplet of blood. As he runs down that way. And then Samaria.
She's going to try and get to where she could try and cut him off. I don't know exactly where she was. I don't know.
Easy enough. Yeah. We're good. So
and then she would bonus action Hunter's Mark him.
Ooh.
I like it. So I think you give me an acrobatics, so you have to like kind of jump off the roof here.
Oh, was I on the roof?
I thought you were on an overhang. Were you just?
No, that was Val.
Oh, okay,
That was
okay, never mind.
Val.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
I was
So,
with
no worries.
some.
So you
ladies,
strafe,
yeah.
and you move right where the opening was because you're able to see it because everyone's communicating,
Mhm.
and your shimmering light goes over there. He's hunter marked.
And she's going to pull out her. How close is she to him?
I'd be about 10 feet,
About 10 feet. Okay.
unless you want to be closer. You could be closer.
Yeah. Let's put me right there next to him as
Yeah.
she pulls out her quarterstaff.
Nice.
And I have my stuff over here.
And as a reminder, you can declare non-lethal.
Yeah, I want non-lethal. Oh fuck, that's a nat 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he is hunter's marked.
Yeah, he's got this heavy bow that he puts up to block as it hits, trying to rush past you. Clarity.
The GLO go? I don't know where they are. But
They go after Clarity.
Okay. Am I able to get to him from where I am?
You want melee?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be... You all moving. You spotted the tunnel, so you would have been moving that way, yeah.
I'm going to kind of just like saddle up behind him and stick my dagger between his ribs.
Okay.
24.
It's just get next to him and just lift up a little bit of the shirt of his armor and
4.
4 damage.
4 damage.
Are you a rogue or no?
No.
Bard.
Bard.
Bard. Okay, nice. So yeah. You get out now. He breathes heavy. He's bloodied. He's around, not ready for all of this. We'll go to Jello.
All right. Can I get up to him?
Absolutely. I think you kind of can, if you want to, because you're on the ground, kind of whirling
Yeah.
around. So you can kind of just rise up next to him.
Cool. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to try to grapple him
Nice.
Nice.
because I have advantage at doing that.
Ooh.
Got 17.
Sorry, I wasn't ready for it. Just 18.
Hey!
Ooh,
Yes.
grab
Nice.
around. He's usually strong, but the blood that's pouring out of him has weakened him a little bit. He's got the heavy crossbow. He's just not ready for what? What does your grapple look like?
Yeah, because Jello's a little bit of a sociopath. It just begins like filling just like all like his nose, mouth, and ears with like goop as he just begins lifting him off the ground.
Ew.
It's lifted.
You guys remember the old Power Rangers with the goop?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
blues?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He also just like wraps his body around his.
Nice.
I love it. Diana Dare, it's your turn. Diana Dare.
I'm like, oh, this makes it easier. And I just casually get up close to them. And I was like, no, you should be able to sleep soundly. And I cast sleep again.
Absolutely.
And that one was only 20.
Okay, with that, and he goes back and forth and goes unconscious within Giello.
Look at this. Now we can take him back for questioning.
I'll just carry him within my body, basically.
Just make sure to leave one nostril open. He doesn't have to breathe easy, but he does need to breathe.
Fine. I leave his head just like exposed over his body,
How
or,
is
like out of his chest.
how is Indra looking? Did she get out of there?
Andrew sees you have the threat and goes, I want to assure you all, this person is apprehended. This sentiment is unreasonable. The Empire, as you see, even when those of us who try to help are threatened, do not resort to violence against those who would have violence against us. Look. Mercy by the Empire. Death by the dissenters' hands. He points to the housing development. Safety from the Empire. Chaos, murder, and worse in the streets. The crowd begins quieted. She begins to walk off. Stage, the crowd shifting to support and be willing to enter the housing.
Woohoo.
I love this job. It's the only job in the world where you can give someone millions of gold worth of hospital bills and get called a hero for it.
All right. Then you're able to get back into the carriage. Andra Haas with you is first dropped off at a safe location. As you and your quarry are transported back.
That wasn't so bad.
It went better than I expected.
A lot less killing than I expected.
Oh, it
Not
was good.
all.
All that.
Not every mission we're going to be on is going to be solved by killing Jello. You should be very aware of that. But I promise you, when your opportunity arises, you better not miss it.
So, you're able to get back to the bakery. The prisoner was escorted, and there were some more rooms to the bakery that were definitely walls before that are there as they put them in. As Glass closes the door and looks at you and says, "Very well done. A bit flashy, but I couldn't. The results are more than we could have asked for. Safety and Andrew's mission was herself was supported by the agency. Well, looks like I'm not firing any recruiters today. So, get your rest. We will see how well you do with some of your other skills tomorrow." Again, she looks, and even as her glances, you see a door appear where there is a room, several cots, bunk beds on it.
Top bunk. I run.
I kind of need a top bunk too. These wings need room.
I will sleep under your bunk. These wings don't need much room.
Silmeria kind of raises her eyebrow at that.
As Jello goes to walks past her, he's just gonna basically regurgitate the guy that is still in his body out onto the floor.
Yeah, they have the room. They like
Yeah.
Can I keep his crossbow?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely take the heavy crossbow.
Actually,
Thank you.
speaking of, I actually do take a very good look at this figure, and I take his clothes and his glove for future use, just in case.
Last
Good
smiles. Very good. Anything else before you take your long rest and wake up for your next mission?
Is it specifically heavy crossbow?
It is. They had a heavy crossbow on them. You could get, let's call it 15 bolts.
Oh, Matt, I probably should have asked, but I just remembered that I did this. I replaced a lot of my starting weaponry with just darts. I just want to make sure that was okay.
I mean, yeah, you could choose to get money instead of equipment, so...
Yeah, it's totally fine. Just your body just is dolts that float in it.
Yeah, just like tons. I'm actually gonna basically reflavor just shooting little bits of like my body.
Yeah, I love it.
That's funny.
And then when I do poisons, just basically my body's poisonous.
I like that.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's it on my side.
Same here.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
All right. In that case, the next day, you come out after giving what amounts to fairly decent breakfast. Nothing too flashy, just what one needs. Kind of high nutrition, carbs, things to keep your bodies running. And Glass sits already looking over a little bit of paperwork. Up. She's like, she goes, Now, I'd like you to introduce you to another of our administrators. She points to a human dressed simply. And they nod. Goes, this is the Quill. I am simply here to inform you that we were, through our interrogation, able to get a name that there's an identity of someone who this person you captured works for. The person you captured's name is Olen Fa. He gave up the name of Kobano. So, if you come across this individual, it's best we take him into question as well. At this, she leaves and leaves you alone with this plain, almost traveler clothed person, the Quill.
Okay. So Cold Bano was the person that the man with the yellow glove he
Worked for.
He worked for? Okay.
Yeah, is the name that's higher up in this anti-imperial organization.
His name was Ole Fong, right?
Olen Fa. Yeah.
Olen Fong.
Okay.
This is Quill, a Mr. or Mrs.
Non-binary.
So the Quill. What do you got to do to get a name like that?
Be competent.
Makes sense.
Hopefully you are as well. There can be no mistakes. I will not tolerate. Agents who make mistakes should not be agents, frankly.
Not everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
And agents aren't everybody, are they?
Damn, 2 for 2. You got me there.
So you are the one that we'll be speaking with that will give us our missions?
Today's mission, yes.
Today's mission.
So there. And we are grateful to have the security clear technomage here. She nods to Dr. Cora. Because, well, we need to figure out what some more secretive ones are up to. You get my drift. Specifically, one by the name of Bogentus.
Yes, chef. Logan Tooth.
Now, Bogentus is a technomage that runs the Ethereum Research Lab. However, our observations suggest, it's usually we usually are pretty right on that their use of valuable material has significantly increased.
With no explanation?
Exactly. So Bogan was added to our watch list after being spotted meeting with known anti-imperialist revolutionaries. Our fear is that this lab might be creating a weapon to be used against the Empire, and that will not happen on my watch. Now, for this, your colorful displays will not cut it. Discretion is paramount. You are to enter the facility after Bogentus departs, though other personnel will still be on site. There is to be no evidence of your presence or of our actions. after the mission. No witnesses.
Cromer kind of cringes at the no witnesses bit. Like, really? Like, can't we just, put them to the side and say, you didn't see anything?
If you're not seen from here, then I don't think you have to worry about it.
I just think,
Precisely, collateral damage would be of your own incompetence.
right, but
So don't be stupid, and you won't need to kill anyone.
And I'll kill anyone that you need to when you are stupid.
just seems like a bit much. I just thought I want to voice my opinion.
Honestly, no casualties is preferred.
Thank you.
But no presence is more important.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you are to infiltrate the lab, obtain copies of the site's production plans. And the original documents cannot leave the building. They are to have no idea that anyone has gotten this information from them.
I can cover that. I think we should observe the place for a little bit to see maybe their ins and outs, what guards go where. I think that would be important.
Dr. Cora,
Huh?
have you worked in this facility?
No, I haven't. I've just read papers that came out of it. And yeah, I mean, honestly, their work is pretty inspired, but I mean, we gotta take them out. We take them out.
Would we be able to get Dr. Cora in for a tour?
I like the sound of it.
As a techno mage? Or do we have blueprints?
We don't have any information on the building. But what I can do is take you to you are to be taken to a safe house, not far from the laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
Once Bogan has left, you will receive notification. Of course, you can take any measures you need to improve your abilities. You are to enter. We don't need your faces seen. What if they remember Dr. Cora's face?
That makes sense.
However, deception, impersonation, posing as someone who's going through a thing, these all could be ways to get in
Mm-hmm.
after Bogan is gone. His team is, shall we say, less capable than him. We don't need to put you in any danger of being near that man. Take risks, but not ones that are unnecessary. But however you wish to accomplish this is up to you. And there's an escort waiting to take you to the safe house.
Samaria, I believe your idea to get Dr. Cora in would be a good one. We have, between Deonadare and I, we could change Cora's appearance and come up with a suitable pseudonym. Once Barrow's out of there, you could send Cora in. Perhaps you're familiar. Stay in contact with her. Perhaps provide a distraction while we get the documents that we need.
Mm-hmm.
Well, copies of the documents.
I think that would be if Dr. Cora is comfortable with something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Is there benefit to disguising me if Jello or Deonadare can do it on a whim? Is that easier?
I think it would be easier for you because you have the knowledge that we don't.
Sure.
And it'd be easier for you to, I guess, with the knowledge that you have, convince them.
I think that logic is sound. It holds up. I don't mind going in.
I'd have to recast familiar.
Cora, if Cora's going, Cora, you wear a big coat, right?
I do.
I could hide in the coat.
Great.
Thanks.
I'll have two friends.
Yeah, we could do that. You could do that, but we would still need a way to contact or keep an eye on what's going on between the two groups. And I think with me having the familiar, like making it like a ladybug or something, like hiding in your collar to communicate, let us know your whereabouts and in the facility and when we need to hide or move.
Sure.
What does everybody think of that?
I think that could be useful, but Cora, do you have a adequate way to take down information and a lot of it quickly?
Just my memory. I could see if I can remember what I can. I am familiar with this type of study. I might be able to, kind of like Silmeria is saying, understand it and then be able to reproduce it, but I don't have anything more technical than that.
Well, if I read it over, I could turn it into a strand of work that's tangible, something actually in hand. But that would involve me coming with, or at least you opening a door or window for us to come in.
That I could probably handle. I'll leave a window open somewhere in the back.
We should scope the place out, see where the best place is before we do that, so we know all the windows and all the doors leading in and out of the building.
That sounds like a good task for someone who wants to get into a division of scoping out and understanding the importance of, I guess, knowing the little things. I'm just like alluding to someone in operations.
Yeah. Well, that's why
I
I
can do
have. That's also why I have my familiar, because he's small enough he can fly around and get that information for us. But you both could do that. Cromir, you've been awful quiet. So
I'm
you,
still-
Clarity.
You guys are the smartest out of all of us. I don't think my intelligence of 10 and wisdom of 8 have anything to offer here. I honestly, the stuff I do with my magic is more assisting in the moment. I have no idea. I cannot sneak. I cannot fly. I cannot be a badass if I am not there for people to see me.
I can sneak through the building pretty easily to just get and even around it from the outside. Just making myself super small, just look through windows and stuff to get a good intel of where people are.
I'd say this isn't a mission that's intended for people to necessarily sit out on, so you'd want to figure out how to maneuver your people, but
Meaning, like, who's entering the building, or
Well, however you want to do it, but like it's just one of those things you want to be sure of. Like you don't know what you're going to encounter within, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So like in any unit, like you might have someone who's not as stealthy, but is more of like can take care of things should things go to hell. You know, how you're going to get them in, what are you going to do if you're not going to have them already in there.
Yeah. Because Samaria is not that stealthy, honestly.
Well, Cora, if you can just, it doesn't even have to be Bogan's room, but if you do find a bathroom with a window or anything, I can sneak in there with you and also assist you if you come into any trouble.
if we have access to disguise, I mean, could I not take you guys in as, my cohort or my students?
You could. I mean, like I could disguise myself with just my kit and, use either the spell or my disguise kit on you as well. So
If I got a kid, I could probably make myself a meager little intern to Dr. Cora here.
I don't think I would be very disguisable.
Okay, you're just disguising yourself as a position, not as another person. Right? I think that's what
Yeah.
to keep in mind.
Yeah.
So as a worker, as a student, or as a tour
Mhm.
person, like enough to kind of like change your. And remember, like you're not the only tiefling in town, right? This is like a big thing, so you're not as like there. So it's not so much like not trying to be a specific person.
Yeah, I was
We're
just
trying to pass as a class of person.
okay. I was just thinking about the wings, honestly. Yeah. I mean, we could, if we could do disguise. We could all disguise as like your students.
And we'll
Yeah.
probably have GLO continue maybe around to scope, and I don't know if you have any way to
Oh wait,
communicate with us, but you could definitely, I'm sure, slither your way in.
I have something for that. She goes into her bag and pulls out a school uniform.
Jello, how small of a space can you squeeze yourself into?
An inch?
And Clarity holds open a scroll case. Could probably fit in here.
Oh yeah.
Great. We can just straight up sneak you in and then let you loose.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't screw the thing too tight. I don't like tight spaces.
Okay, but if we're being toured, how are we going to break off to get the information that we need?
Once
Bathroom.
you leave the scroll somewhere, I can just if you leave it open, I can quickly sneak out. For me, at least, everyone else can just find bathroom excuses to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Yeah.
sweet knock a guard or two to give us a private moment somewhere.
If I am able to find maybe their locker room and such, I can just steal into uniform and disguise myself again. Find myself in the Bogan's office.
But wouldn't the tour guide or guard or whatever be confused of the fact that we're missing one person?
Oh, that's very true. Guess I could try not to be gone for long, but
You can pretend to throw up and pretend to throw me up.
that is kind of hilarious.
How much gold do we have? I'm exploring options. Like, what does everyone have in their coin purse right now?
I don't know, I think it's like 15 or 20.
I think I have
15.
5.
If we collectively put our gold together, we need to quickly bribe somebody. That might be possible.
Well, we don't want them to know that we were here.
Right.
Bribes,
we can
bribes leave traces.
always buy their silence.
You can buy their silence for only a certain amount of time.
We can buy them to let us in, then I can just kill them and hide the body.
I just really don't want to be killing. I don't want to leave any bodies in this place,
Work
guys.
facilities like this, they have to be using a lot of energy. They have to get deliveries of this thing called Ethereum. I don't know if maybe a better bet could be we intercept their delivery and impersonate the delivery people. So we could take down a small unit that really doesn't have to do with the facility. And then we can come in with the Ethereum all dressed up like, the delivery people, deposit the delivery, but while we're in there, we'll just look like regular workers.
That could be an idea as well.
Well, we would still need to scope out the place, see when the deliveries are made. Because we want it to be after he leaves. We need it to be after he leaves.
You can easily have the information, so you can time yourselves to that. With,
Okay.
resources
Awesome.
from here, if you'd like to do that.
Okay.
I think that option would give us more freedom to move around. Or if one of us went missing, it wouldn't be too conspicuous.
Yeah.
I'm back and hiding the supplies.
That's a good idea. I think we should go that route.
I think that's the best route we've got.
What do we do with the delivery people we're replacing? Because it'd be bad if they showed up while we were impersonating them.
I think we'd have to kill those people, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we
we
probably have to
have to
kill them.
dispose of
Whoa,
them.
whoa, whoa.
Give it enough time.
If they are
I
just
can
common
digest
folk,
them.
if they're just common folk, I could try to put them to sleep. But
And we could give them gold and tell them to find new jobs.
Yeah, just give me a couple minutes. With them. I can send them off. They could probably take a break, an extended break. No
All I'm hearing
dying.
is a bunch of loose ends.
exactly, I agree. Unless, Cormier, you have to disguise yourself as someone differently and associated with something entirely different.
That's fine.
Okay, so our plans are first we scope out the place, get an idea of the schedule, then we find the delivery people, we bribe them, then we take the delivery in, get the papers, move out.
Solid.
Solid.
Sounds good.
All right, then we will enact that plan after the break.
Sick.
Hey, get everybody back here.
Yep.
I'm here.
All right, get everybody back.
Yep, I'm back.
Robin? Yep. All right. So, your plan is intercepting a delivery?
Yes.
Okay, so what? So tell me your plan here, I guess, fully, so I can understand it.
Well, I've disguised myself as an older gentleman, and I've helped Samaria by, actually giving her more like a dark umber makeup and maybe a wig with the short curly hair that shorter like braid and stuff like that to make her look obviously a little bit different, maybe a little bit older as well. And then I think everyone else is kind of doing their thing to prepare.
Yeah, I think in order to try and not look recognizable, Cromir is going to do that thing that Duragar can do and kind of do the enlarge reduce thing and kind of make himself smaller, so he's a size small now. And then he's going to kind of make himself look like a very tanned gnome. And then kind of just like make himself a little nicer, slick the hair back, got like a little flute hanging on his back, and then he's kind of just looking like someone who would I don't know, the goal for him is that he's trying to talk his way into getting the delivery crew to let us take the Ethereum the rest of the way, basically.
Okay, so you're trying to flag down this cart that's coming up, this carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Cart more. And you see them. So how you can do? I mean, just like let us have your thing. What's the plan? I'm trying to understand what the.
I think a good idea would be to convince them that they are needed somewhere else. They need to go back to start heading back to pick up another. Probably not. Never mind. I'm thinking about it.
Well, you could delay them, and then you could go in to make like a different delivery.
Yeah.
You just have a little bit of a time limit, but
Yeah.
it would definitely make it, less whatever. It's up to you.
Could also maybe someone could also destroy one of their cart wheels in carriages, so now they're broke down on the side. Maybe you steal a box or two to carry in or something instead, or something like that.
Did you want to try casting sleep on them? I know that was something that you had mentioned.
I mean, yeah, if I think they are just the average citizen, I could do that.
How long does sleep last?
A minute or until they're woken.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so no.
But you could do other things to their carriage and everything while they were asleep.
We could,
You could possibly take apart their carriage while they're asleep.
or we could take a couple of crates off the carriage.
Yeah.
Have our own carriage to
take
bring
two
in
wheels.
behind them.
Mm-hmm. That
Put
makes
them on bricks,
Yeah.
The people that are doing that, though, should be the stealthiest ones. 'Cause the people that are least likely to be seen during the mission, so we cannot connect. So that it's less likely the dots get connected.
Above table, Duragar's got a +4.
+5.
+2.
I have a +5, but I'm at disadvantage.
I have +6.
Hell yeah! All right, Jello's the one, man.
I just have to be 90 feet to cast within 90 feet to cast sleep, so I don't need to be too close.
Oh yeah.
I also have sleep, so I can help you
Oh,
knock
nice.
them out.
Yeah. And
All right. So, go ahead.
but okay, so are we? I got a little confused. I'm sorry. Are we taking off the wheels, or are we just taking a couple of boxes off of Ethereum and having our own wagon?
We can do
Both.
both.
Both, yes.
Both? And kind of come up behind them and be like, hey, you having issues?
Mm, yeah.
No. Right? I thought we were doing this. I thought someone was gonna stop them to distract them. Me and Molly maybe put them to sleep. Then you got a pit crew, two people taking off and breaking wheels, another person with the person that maybe stopped them grabbing boxes. And then I could also, after casting sleep, could help grab boxes.
Yeah. That
I got
makes
a-
more sense.
I got a plan.
There's a plan.
We'll use the disguise kit on someone to get them to look like, disguised. And then I will pretend to be like just a regular ooze killing them. And they'll just scream for help and that'll get them to stop. And then we can just cast sleep from somewhere else.
That's great.
That's just you're assuming they're empathetic and give a shit about people.
And worst case scenario, it lasts a second and then we can just
Can we not
sleep
just
them.
cast sleep on them while they're just driving?
Yeah, we could, but that's not as fun.
I mean, he's not wrong.
So yeah, I mean, you could pretty much just go sleep, and they would probably just stop.
No, that's a smarter plan. There's no loose
It
ends.
really is. Yeah. Okay, let's just do that. Just hide in the bushes on their way in and sleep and then do that.
Do we expect them to be in uniform? Are we attempting to take their uniforms?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if they're in uniform, I guess we're taking uniforms.
So Deonadare and Clarity, you guys are the sleep crew. You guys should also be the taking of the clothes crew.
That's fine.
Then we'll have another 2 on immobilize the carriage and another 2 on grabbing boxes.
Okay, you just got to be careful with taking their clothes because you can jostle them awake.
I won't slap them awake, I promise.
Okay.
And I'll be sure to leave them tied up afterwards for the wolves.
Well, that would be good because they would not know who cast sleep on them. They would not know who stole from them pretty much. And so there's no witnesses on that end.
Yeah.
But then we're going to have witnesses of us coming in with the stolen goods.
Well, we try to do it in the alley or somewhere that doesn't have too many watchful eyes.
Okay. In that case, it's pretty easy to hide and do the sleep spell. Roll your dice.
I got a 25.
Woohoo!
The 4 people here, and soon the carriage comes to a halt as they and the horses fall asleep.
Nice.
Sorry, did I cut out?
Yeah, I think you did.
Should we be prepared for for what happens when they don't fall asleep? If they don't fall asleep,
Well, too late. Cast sleep, so I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
that
they're
was-
asleep.
They're asleep.
Yeah,
That was our.
oh, I
backup.
missed that.
Yeah.
it's all good.
So then,
I was like still driving back from getting food.
You're fine.
so I'll go run up there with Clarity, start undressing folk. She gets the. I'm already disguised in my old man looking outfit. I just changed
Yeah.
the clothes I'm wearing.
You just leave them in the street there. You said you're tying them up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you're tying them up, keeping them some distance away.
Bound, gagged, blindfolded.
Absolutely. Away. Grab.
In their undies, embarrassed.
Yeah. I can help with getting some of these things off, some of the whatchamacallits off.
Or anything else you do? Like, do you leave gold or something? Because I know that was part of the thing at one point. Do you still do that?
Oh, I mean,
No, that was as an attempt to bribe them, I think.
yeah,
No,
that we were.
I put a gold coin in each of their underoos.
Okay. I'll start helping with, I guess, unloading. I don't know how to break wheels, so
I think Cora would be attempting to take apart the wagon wheels. So she's not trying to break them, but she's trying to take them apart.
Yeah. All this is very standard things. Is almost elementary for all of you, so it's really quick. You take it off. The wheels are laid bare, and this is disabled and a disclothed group.
And I'm going to take some of the pieces with me so they can't put it back together.
Right. In that case, you're able to make your way back to the safe house with your stuff. Time waits, and there is a quick knock 3 times on your window. As an agency runner appears and moves on, it's time to strike. Bogantus has just left the laboratory. As you cross the street toward the research lab, you get a good look at the place. The stone edifice is several floors tall and has several large street-facing windows. The ground floor appears full of desks. The middle floors contain the laboratory itself, and the top floor appears more lavishly furnished. So, you wish to head in?
Yeah, acting like a few. I guess I think some of us should try to see if they can scale to get up top, but the rest of us need to get ready for this delivery. So I think Clary and I for sure are going to go up for the delivery.
is it dark outside?
It's dark, yes.
I could fly up there.
But remember, there are like streetlights here.
Oh, yeah.
We can still do it.
Uh-huh.
As long as you are in the cover of darkness, sure, if that could work. But we definitely need to at least commit to some of that, of what we've done to the plan. And I don't know who else wants to come with Clarity and I, but
What are we just stealthing our way in? Is that what you two are doing?
well, we're gonna act like we took the delivery, right? So we're gonna go
Yeah,
and act.
who's are going to be delivery people?
Me and Clarity for sure, since we took their outfits.
And Chromir also for charisma stuff.
Yeah,
Well, Clarity's a bard as well.
that's true. Okay.
But it just depends.
But he can definitely come with.
Yeah,
I
I
can
think
either-
that Go ahead, Glow.
Should I hide with you guys or should I go with Selmira?
Yep. So
Selmira.
Maria, I think you can go with her. And what do you do? What are you planning to do, Dr. Jones?
I'll probably go in with the delivery crew, although I'll probably be quiet in the back.
Okay.
So, Mary, what are you doing?
I guess I'm going to move. I'm going to go further away, so into the darkest alleys to fly up into the sky and get as high as I can to go and land on top of the roof or get to one of the top.
You're looking for someone to like open a window, or
to open a window.
okay. So, and you take Jello with you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and the 4 of you walk in. It's a well-appointed front office that you see. And they kind of look over you somewhat carefully. Go, yes, can I help you?
Yes, we're here for your delivery of Ethereum.
Oh, of course. Go ahead and give me a charisma check. We'll do deception.
All right, I'm okay with those. Plus 4, 2, 18.
You see the woman sitting there. Has a little name thing on her desk that says Mose Giltan. Looks up. Fair enough. He's left, so you might need to leave it outside, but go on through.
That's great. I just, even though he's gone, just want to make sure you can sign our bill of lading here.
Oh, yeah,
Gotta
I can
make sure.
sign for it. Just get up to his office.
Okay, thank you. I gotta get paid, and then so we'll head up and.
Yeah, don't we all?
Well, if they get paid better than I would love to get a job here. Oh, well, I gotta go. I gotta make it quick. Maybe I'll talk to you later, and we'll head upstairs.
Gotcha. So, you are therefore able to get through and get to the second floor. Here you see desks, workbenches, notes, plans, tools, Magitech equipment, two research assistants that are working. They kind of look at you, see your delivery costumes, and kind of go back to their business. You can even see what look like prototype ether weapons that being worked on.
Doc, what do you think that does?
Oh, well, if you multiply the spinner of the radiant generator, then probably it'll disperse a diameter of 85 photons.
Oh, what about that one?
That one is 80 photons.
Okay, if you want to learn Chromia, you need to go to school. We're here for a job. Everyone spread out. Look to see if there's anything here that could be used against Bogan.
I'm immediately going to his desk.
Okay, so this is one floor. There are three more floors.
Okay.
So, because you saw there was 5 floors, so you saw that it looks like there's a luxurious office at the top.
Right. That might be his
Three
office.
laboratory things. Yeah. So there's just people. Remember, if you start shuffling through, there's people in here.
Oh, there's people in here? Okay, never mind then. Never mind.
There's research assistants here that are working. So you can do things, but you can. However you want to do, try to get some information, or whatever you want to do.
Let's see here.
Did I find a window to open?
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
I misunderstood. I thought you were waiting for them.
Well, I don't know, but I'll if I can't find a window to open, I'll wait.
Yeah,
How about
do an
that?
investigation check.
Yeah. 18.
Ooh.
18, yeah. 15, 4. You do find one. Now you'd have to open it from the outside. So this would be like thieves' tools or a dex check.
She'll kind of whisper to Jello. Can you open this?
Yeah, I can. At least I think I can. Can I just squeeze? Is the lock by any chance something I can just squeeze through?
It's not big enough for you to squeeze through.
Okay, but I can still do it. I got the
50
tools.
tools? Okay, yeah.
Yes, because I get to start with them, don't I? Because I'm proficient.
If you're proficient in tools, you should probably have it. Because how else did you become proficient in tools you never used?
Yeah,
Right.
it's usually what I say. So, like, just take your tools if you're proficient.
That is a 23 then, because I had proficiency bonus to it, right? If I'm not proficient in sleight of hand.
Yes.
Cool.
So you work on it, and you're able to crack it open, and then even just a little bit works because then you can go on in and push it out.
And then she'll get in.
Yeah, you
Valeria will get in.
get in, and you find yourself in a luxurious office. It's you see there's couches, a nice red carpet, a large round table, stairs that lead down.
Okay.
Anything else you wanted to do?
Let's start searching for any documents, hidden compartments, anything like that we may get information about what he's been doing on the side.
Start looking through. Back to all of you. What do you want to do?
Do you think we have any chance to look in the lab if we cleared everybody out?
I mean, we could probably look over some things, but we need to make one stop here and another stop upstairs where his office is, right? That's where they want us to put the Ethereum, or directed us to?
Yeah, they directed you that you could take it up to his office.
Okay, but while we're in here, I would like to maybe look over one of the sheets if I can, maybe get a glimpse of maybe a prototype that they're working on.
Absolutely. You look over and you can see that there looks like some type of what appears to have the formation of like either a wand or weapon gun that would generate some type of pulse. Looks like it could be fitted onto some type of vehicle. Like it looks like it's made to be on the outside of something, like with a mount.
Interesting. I just look over. It's like, wow, this is all very interesting stuff. How much does research assistants get paid?
They kind of cover up their thing real quick. Get paid pretty good. You looking at switching jobs from delivery to Ethereum work?
Well, I can learn real quick. I used to be top of my class one year.
Well, you can apply downstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll talk to the one downstairs. She was nice. Okay. Well, I'm headed up with this stuff here. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
One else wanted to take a glance at anything, but he's hanging up, trying to head up to the office.
Is there anything that, because while Deonadar was talking to them and they had their attention focused on him, was there anything with Cora's like specialized knowledge that she could get from glancing at stuff? Anything more useful?
You look over and you do hear that they talk about how they were commissioned by the Empire. None of these look like standardized weapons. I would say you look at them and they all look like just the type that the Empire usually wants. These don't fit those. They're more secretive, or they look like they could be hidden. And the Empire's usually a lot more like out there with things.
Gotcha.
The only other people who'd want these would be like the agency, but obviously the agency didn't do any of this. Almost as though they would be more useful in like close quarters or within streets than the battlefield.
Deonadar, I know you're playing a part, but man, I really would love to work here. This stuff is pretty badass. I'm whispering that, obviously, as we're walking upstairs.
Okay. You go through 2 more floors of laboratories, more Magitech equipment, different stages of assembly, researchers with the notes, the plans, these prototypes of weapons that are new that you've never seen, strewn about and put in different areas. Top floor has a single worker before the office. Nothing else you'd like to do. You make your way, and the office itself doesn't really have a door or lock or anything like that. You easily get in. Seems like everyone just knows you don't really go up there unless you have something to do. And as you come up, Samaria and Jello, you're able to find a sealed iron folio that is marked production plans. As you all look at this, you hear voices from downstairs, like in a rapt attention, say, "Welcome back, Mr. Toos. Welcome back, Mr. Toos. Director Bogan. Yes. Forgot my bag.
Fuck.
Shit.
All right, I need you two, and I point to Selmaria and Glow. Get out of here instantly. We're guys as the delivery, and just let me look over those papers. I will pull them real quick.
In the sealed.
Oh, you guys haven't opened it yet? Someone open Jello, open that real quick. If I just get a glance and read it over real quick, I can pull
He's
it.
coming right up. What do you
I'm going out the window whether Jello comes with me or not.
Okay. So right now you have an action.
Yeah.
So, Samario's out the window. Anybody can try to hide, or you can be ready to BS your way through this.
My plan is to intercept him in the hallway, to slow him down as I'm making this delivery, kind of just intercepting his delivery for you kind of thing, keeping my head down. I'm just making a delivery.
Okay.
That's
So
all.
you're
I'm
gonna
doing.
coming down. Oh, good. I needed your signature, something like that.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Trying to calm him down. You're trying to get some questions to him. Okay. Go ahead and give me a deception check.
17.
17. Looks at you. We have the same delivery people every time. You're not one of them. He takes out this glowing wand with a piece of purple crystal in it. Holds it to your neck.
Oh God.
Who are you?
New hire, sir.
Give me deception with disadvantage.
Ooh.
Oh, 7.
Oh.
The other one was a 16.
He takes his wand and he points up, and an alarm starts going off. And busting through even up here, you see 3 guards. I mean, as he grabs you, we have someone trying to steal information. You all want to do?
Would I know if he has his group has any competitors? Because I feel like
That's what this
technomages
is.
This would.
I mean, yeah. There's always people who, yeah, there'd be people who try to steal research and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my thing, I know that clarity is going outside, but I said my idea, what I want to do is try to at least take a look at the plans, because what I can do is cast encode thoughts, and so that basically I can turn my memories and thoughts, and stuff into a tangible string of energy. that can be read.
Perfect. So it is locked.
Mhm. So that's why I was asking Giolo to see if he could open it for me.
Any thieves' tools, Jello?
Yeah, I can. All right. 14.
14. You open it up, and you see plans for productions of Ethereum weapons. And what do you want to do? Is a spell, Deander?
Yeah, so I'm looking at these plans, and as I'm like looking it over, you see I'm pointing to my head, and like I basically envelop, like all the shadows kind of come to me, and I'm slowly, as I'm pointing to my head with two fingers, and I pull out what seems like a ribbon that's a solid object that's just coming out of my head, and it's just basically a copy of all the information that I'm seeing and reading,
Awesome.
including what I saw downstairs. So I'm taking that whole memory and thought and putting it into
And the casting time's in action?
It is.
Perfect. Okay, so
it's just somatic as well, so I'm not even really saying anything. I'm just
yeah, you're weaving these words out. Okay, so you're able to do that kind of as she's talking. You're able to open up the you get it all put away. Get it all out, and you can close it. Put it back. Anything else anybody wants to do up here? Before we go back to clarity.
I would walk to the window at that point.
I can't fly all of you out of there.
I have my own way of getting out. If
Okay.
you guys can get out, I have my own way.
Like I said, I'm not worried about her. Clarity made a decision. You know, I suspect that as an agent, she has a way out. So,
Okay.
we did the part of the mission. I understand. You complete the part of the mission and you go, and hope for the best.
I can get one of you and possibly Jello out of there.
I'm technically a small creature, so you could probably just lift me.
Yeah. And if Jello goes back into the scroll case that she has for him.
Yeah, I think he's enough with all of that. You're on the outside. You're able to grab them. You got Small plus Jello.
Uh-huh.
Able to get them quickly out. Window
Can you get
shut.
Cora?
I can't fly. I'm just going to work my way down and stay in the shadows. Maybe jump over to another building next. If there's like another building, I can't.
You're going out the window though. You're going up on the roof. Yeah.
Correct.
Cool. So Cora, how are you getting up on the roof?
I'd probably follow Deanna there.
Okay. So then everyone's trying to climb. I'll say that Samari is helping, but you need to do athletic checks with advantage.
Okay. Athletics. Oof. Roll 2d20. Not bad. I think that's going to be 18. Yeah.
Cora got 17, which is a blessing because I have a -2.
Oh my
no!
Yeah.
Oh, come here.
I think I was carrying him like under
Oh.
one arm. Yeah.
Got
And
it.
helping steady Cora and Diana there.
Okay, so you're all up on the roof, and then we'll go back to clarity.
Which floor did I intercept him at?
Fourth.
The 4th floor?
Yep.
Okay. Outside, I'm trying to imagine the building here. How high is each floor? Like,
Oh, 10-foot ceilings.
okay. Were there any balconies, or whatnot?
No,
like,
it's
up the
basic
side?
straight up.
Okay. Are they taking me up or down?
Right now, they'd be taking you down.
Okay. I would let them take me down, like continue to take me down. Oh, that helps. Okay. Which one are we on?
So right now
One?
you'd be on. You're on one of those. You're on the top of the gray 3.
And that's the red one, right? I'm gonna assume it looks the most lavish.
Yeah, the red one was where you were. The 4th floor is the gray.
The gray.
Okay.
One of the first grays.
All right. I'll let them take me down. Keep taking me down. Unless they plan on taking me like into like a private room, and then I'm going to like reassess then.
Okay, it seems like their plans are going to take you down, and you hear like a guard wagon pulling up outside. I'll turn you over to authorities.
Okay. So they're taking me outside.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to wait until they take me outside to make my move.
Okay. I think with this, because everyone else is on the roof, there's going to be much you can do unless you want to hump in and help Curdy in some way. But they take you outside. You see there's about 5 feet before they're going to kind of throw you into the back of this wagon.
Could Silmeria use Alzok to give the help action for whatever Clarity is doing?
Yeah, I think like ready to distract, or I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, so it goes, flies down.
Oh crap! We're not. We're within 30 feet of this. Like this is probably really high.
You're,
up. There's no way we
you're
can-
more like 60, 70 up, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, also, how many guards are like with the wagon?
There's 2 that are with the wagon, 3 that are carrying you down.
Okay. The 2 with the wagon, are they both like riding up front, or is like one in front, one in back?
Right now, they are out ready to receive you and get you locked in. It's like a closed police wagon, basically.
Okay.
Paddy wagon.
Don't let yourself get locked up in the paddy wagon.
Right. As I'm reading this, so I'm going to technically apply it as written, that it says that I can move through other creatures and solid objects. So I'm assuming I could move through the wall of this paddy wagon.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to wait until I get thrown into the paddy wagon, it starts moving, and then I am going to walk through the wall of the paddy wagon and fall backwards out of it, and then just walk off.
I love it so
All of
much.
the suspense building up to this was like so much.
No.
Well, because I love this, like in the spy movie, suddenly we see, because you've been covered by stuff, that you
Yeah.
have this ghostly figure,
Yeah.
and then it's like you have to leave your clothes behind, but like, especially the ones you stole from others, and it's like,
Well, it says objects that have been in my possession less than a minute cannot move with me.
okay. Oh, so,
So-
this clothes could go with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. There you go.
It's just so elegant.
And they're going, and we see as there's a bump, and you easily get out, and you go into another passing wagon. From that wagon, you jump out and into a street corner.
And
Yes,
as I
sir.
enter into the street corner, I pull out a handkerchief, wipe off the paint from my face, and just like throw it into the trash.
Yeah, and we
You
see
take
this
off the
ghost
clothes
lady.
as well?
I love it so much. And I guess Silmeria at this time is helping fly everybody to a safe location.
Yeah, because he comes up to his office. You'd see, looks around, doesn't see anything out of place. Probably just one person.
Yeah.
He sees the shipment at least.
Yeah, he's a shipment. Like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe they got away from everybody, or he doesn't know what happened. But you all seem to be able to get back.
That was close.
All right. So back at the bakery.
Could Silmeria, after we got everything back to our little safe house, could Silmeria and Dianadair have gotten together to recreate these notes? Because she has she has ink and parchment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a more permanent. I appreciate it. This only lasts for another 7 hours or so, but it is convenient. I can actually, if I'm reading the thoughts of another, I could pull their thoughts and turn them into ribbons just like this.
That's convenient.
Zenissigo, were you able to get any copies or prototypes of those weapons?
I did look at one here. It was an attachment. I keep on. I go towards the beginning of the ribbon for where my first knowledge came from, and I give it to her.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to carve this down.
And I believe
Quill looks, goes, Dr. Cora, have you ever seen anything like this?
To be honest with you, no. I mean, especially not coming out of the Empire. This stuff is not military grade. This stuff is for guerrilla, angle on things. It's stuff for in the streets. It's stuff to be concealed. It's stuff, nothing big scale.
There are no records of the Empire commissioning anything from that laboratory. But that some think it is means that it is not a building of traders, but maybe just one. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
At any rate, though you were detected, the agency was not implicated, which is, of course, the important thing. Therefore, I would say you've passed with flying colors, all of you.
Score.
And y'all go to level 2.
Nice work.
Do it.
While she says that the agency was not implicated, Clarity's kind of just sitting there, making her hand pass through a glass of water back and forth.
So how did you get out of that situation, Clarity? I'm
I
interested.
rolled max health. Sorry.
1. That's 3.
When I was younger, I was touched by death. And so death walks with me. And you just kind of see her hand just passing through the glass completely back and forth.
That's pretty cool. Guessing you let them capture you and you just fell out the wagon then, huh?
Precisely.
Nice. Good to know that you can do that. I'm sure that you'll be the sacrificial lamb often. As he smiles.
She kind of just eerily smiles back. Sacrificial, perhaps. Lamb, perhaps not.
My apologies, sacrificial lioness. They are the true hunters anyways.
Ooh, a 7.
Ooh, for HP, very nice.
This is when I really shine, when the channel divinity comes out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am trying to remember where I put. There we go. I need to see if there's any specific spells I can learn here.
what do I want? Deception, persuasion. Ooh, mage armor. That's probably a good idea. Three. Oh.
What's the rule for bard? You can replace one spell you know with a new one at level up.
I think so.
Sure. It's either that or when you'd get a feat or something.
Gotcha.
All right. Woohoo! 2 spell slots. I'm moving up in the world. But mage armor would be a good idea for myself. Yep.
Ooh, you know what? Yeah. Oh no, it's nothing. Something I cannot do. Whoopsies.
All right. Anything before you'd have a well-earned rest after this?
That's it for me. I don't have anything.
In that case, the next day, you see waiting for you outside of your bunks is a large half-orc man. See battle scars and burns and strange discoloration over his face. Goes, aye. Welcome. You're the ones that have been impressing the administrators, huh?
Yeah, we're hoping you're next.
Good. Because I want to be impressed. Expect my agents to be dedicated to sacrifice everything to protect this empire. It is a bastion of hope to all. Its work unreplaceable. It's good to meet you. I'm known as the Chair.
Chair.
I like whisper in Salmiria's ear. I'm like, I wonder what inanimate object I'll get.
This might take a combination of your last 2 assignments, but hopefully you've learned a few tricks along the way. We have an asset that needs retrieval. His name is Gunther Ijibhand, a veteran sailor of the Expanse, and a long-time freelance agent for the agency. He's been tasked to acquire an experimental magitech from another nation that's within the Expanse. We paid him quite well for it. If we were to get it successfully, it could significantly advance our already formidable shipbuilding technology and make us nearly unbeatable. The better we are there, the more Ethereum and the better our citizens are. Now, Gunther's ship recently has returned, but he's yet to report in. Secrecy is insisted upon here regarding both our acquisitions and our dealings with mercenaries. Now, Gunther's the first mate on the Wayward Eye, a merchant ship, though licensed in the Carliane. The captain, smartly, is unaware of his freelance agents, of Gunther's agent status with us. Rightly so, it's kept secret. We're concerned that Gunther may have turned and fled with all the funds we gave him. What I need you to do is determine where Gunther is, and then acquire the Magitech device.
I take it you would like this one back alive for questioning.
Gunther's a good asset if he can be maintained. But ultimately, if he is fled, if we get the device, well, we've paid for what we got.
Mm-hmm.
That works out just fine, and we won't trust him. But if there's something else going on, well, you have your orders.
Fair enough.
All right.
What do you think, crew? Should we try to make friendly with this boat?
I think that's a good idea, and maybe this might be a weird way of thinking. Pull on the heartstrings a bit. Maybe I don't know, lover scorned or something.
You said sorry, like I didn't catch that last part. The mother, you said a mother scorn?
Lovers,
Oh, that was like, what?
like he promised something to someone. I mean, I don't know what his preferences are, but and he fled town or hasn't gotten in contact with them or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, I think the more we learn about him and who he associates with in his freedom and free time, the better off we are.
Mm-hmm.
But I think obviously maybe knowing his crew and whether we find them in the bar or in a brothel, usually that's where men like to go after they have gathered their funds from the sea.
Yeah.
What's the name of their shipping? The Wayward what?
The Wayward Eye.
Wayward Eye. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Say we head to one of these bars or such under our.
There's an agency clearance that's ready to take you to a wharf where the Wayward Eye is docked.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah. Of course, we go where sailors go. Make some friends, find out more about Gunther. We go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's someone that he frequently sees at a brothel or something, and we get to know more about them.
Could we have gotten a description of Gunther?
Excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me. He is. Ultimately, he is a human, darker skin.
I could try to disguise myself to look more human-like, and maybe pose as his brother. I'm looking for him, and he's supposed to be in my wedding in a few days. He's supposed to be the best man, and the best man is gone. Doesn't really bode well for a happy wife or life to start. That could be a good...
Yeah, that's a start.
Well, I think at least we have a story, at least.
I like that idea. Is Clarity posing as your wife? Or wife to be?
You didn't want to take up that role yourself. If Clarity must continue to be the sacrificial lioness, I guess so.
I was also considering the idea that perhaps Cromir and I could pose as a bardic duo.
Are you not already that? You both are bards, and two of you make a duo.
Okay, not all bards know each other. Let me get that perfectly clear.
You don't?
You guys know each other now, though.
Yeah, we
worked
spent a
two
few
jobs.
days together.
And we've seen it.
Shut up.
Well,
You
I
twist
guess.
my words.
Well, I guess since Clarity already has her. Fine.
I can play your wife.
Hello.
I need to see that.
Yes.
as much as we've already become acquainted, I saw you look up my tunic, but I fortunately know most about Silmeria here, so
What?
it'll be easier.
I have no idea what he's hinting at, but I'm just gonna nod and say I understand. What are we doing? This is my best man. What are you doing here? Are we doing the bardic duo? Gonna cause a scene?
It's a good question. I'm confused.
Well, I think
Yeah. So you're put into you're going to be dropped off at a wharf
Mm-hmm.
where there's two ships moored here, one of which is the Wayward Eye.
Well, I could say the bardic duo could try to see what they find on the ship, and maybe the rest of us, the wedding party, goes to maybe look for a bar or two for my long lost brother.
We could talk to the captain, ask him if he's ask him if he's seen your brother.
I mean, we could all go to the ship but I feel that a lot of them must be long gone in using their spoils for whatever they see fit. But we could stop by the ship. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. And then just leave the bards to do their bardy things.
Bards will bard, I guess.
I'm down. I'm game. That sounds good.
All right. Guess we're heading to the Wayward Eye to go see if we can speak to the captain.
Wedding band, very
Yeah,
good.
So I'm in my normal guise where I have get a long hair wig, black, and make my face a little bit lighter than it is, and like wearing like what seems like maybe a more debonair outfit than usual. Yeah, I look angry and irritated.
I'm gonna be a terrible person. Silmeria has on her school uniform, and she has her hair braided in pigtails.
No.
Amazing. All right. So you doing anything in the wharf, or are you going right up to the ship?
Yeah, I mean, I think we wanted a lot of us wanted to see if any of the crew was on there, and if so, if they could point us into the direction of where Gunther might be, or at least the rest of the crew.
Okay, like before you get to the ship, though.
Oh yeah,
I'm not sure there's anything before the ship.
I don't think there's anything, at least on my end. I think silence then means
Okay,
everyone
yeah.
else isn't doing anything.
Yeah, Silmeria is being the dutiful young fiance.
All right. Up to you.
Jello's
Do you want to
upset
be
that,
here
he didn't wanna be
during
his
the
wife.
day or night?
Ooh. Probably would it make sense to do it during the day?
I would say maybe,
Twilight,
yeah. You're thinking like early morning?
The twilight set, like
evening.
Oh, at night. Yeah, duh.
Yeah, before
Um,
late evening, like before the sun fully goes down.
I was thinking, yeah, like maybe around, where some early crazy people eat dinner.
So more at night then. Right, you approach. You can see that there's one sailor that seems to be occasionally strolling around the deck.
Excuse me, sailor. Excuse me.
Huh? Hey.
Sorry.
He looks down. He looks down at you from the top of the ship. What do you need?
Sorry, I don't mean to bother you, but I know that my brother works on this ship, and that fucker is going to miss my wedding. He hasn't even checked in since he came. He's supposed to be the best man at my wedding. He's being a lousy man right now. He looks like me, dark skin, uglier than I, maybe a little stupider too.
It's ruined. It's gonna be ruined.
See, he's upset my wife. My wife to be.
Keep give me a deception check.
For sure.
can I inspire this
Sure.
man? Cool. I'm just gonna have like the little sad music playing in the background. It's just like, oh, woe is me kind of
With me,
moment.
with me crying, does that give it a second advantage?
World's smallest violin is playing.
Yeah, so I got a 22 there.
Hey.
What's this brother's name?
Gunther.
Gunther. Don't think he'll be making it, mate.
What'd you say, Matt? I didn't hear that part.
I don't think he'll be making it, mate. Listen. Don't want to don't rain on the festivities, but he's just got he's trying to hide something from. Let's just say he's in a little bit of trouble here. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll get out just fine. But right now he's under lock and key.
My wedding is in 3 days. Is there anything I could do? I would pay anything.
Well, maybe you get lucky. We imagine someone will come in here with. I don't want to say too much, but bottom line, he's under lock and key in his cabin, and we think he tried to smuggle something and try to cheat the captain out of can't just be making separate sales off a ship. So
I told you he was dumber.
he had something, and the captain thinks a buyer's going to come for it, and once that's done, you'll be let go.
Stupid boy. Well, at least I know he's okay. I surely hope that he gets let go soon. Thank you.
All right. Good luck on your wedding. Have a joyous day.
It's ruined. We're gonna have to postpone it now.
We'll find a new best man. It's all right, dear. And then I walk away.
And so Maria will send Alzok to look through like the portholes and windows and stuff to see if he can see this guy's cabin. Where his cabin's at.
Through through portholes. Give me an investigation check before you're familiar there, which you're mental if you're going through it, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go through it. Well, he gets advantage, so. Oh yeah, it's a dirty 20.
Okay. Why you see we should be Gunther in the ship's hold.
Mhm.
He's kind of tied up. Just kind of sitting down, head down.
All right. Well, he's definitely in the hold. He's tied up. He looks a little sorry. He might still be alive.
Well, there's two ways we can go about this. Because we're off, somewhere.
Yeah, you see he's like bound, gagged, and beaten.
Oh yeah, he's hurt. Oh.
Idiot. Now he's definitely uglier and dumber than I. But I think there's two ways we can go about this. We can try to get on the ship and through the waters, which will be tough. Or we could actually go under the skies as a buyer.
We don't have the money to buy.
Well, a few gold, but I don't know, maybe, that's part of the point. We can also intimidate them, try to leverage it, depending on who we come in as buyers, right? What if we come in as government techno mages or somebody else who maybe these merchants don't want to mess with? What if we came under a guise of Port Authority?
Customs. Heard about them smuggling some stuff. Gotta see for ourselves. This is part of the investigation.
Exactly.
So who do we need charmed?
The guard we just talked to.
Oh, why did you say so? I can do that now.
Well, just give it a bit.
Yeah.
I think we really need to assess how we go about this.
Maybe wait a few hours where it's complete night and people are more intoxicated.
Maybe. Or if we do it during the day, especially early morning hours, as Port Authority, who wants to hurry up and finish something they heard in the early days and get it over with so the rest of the day can be free. And maybe that's also the merchants can be free of their burden as well. A lot of people like to get work done early and easy if they can.
What does everybody else think?
Port Authority sounds like a good idea.
I agree with Port Authority.
Now, should we
Yeah.
come in the early morning or should we come back later tonight? It's already dinner time now.
Perhaps early in the morning when everyone's good and drunk and bleary
Hungover.
Yes,
and hungover.
exactly. We can go early morning, even before sunrise.
Because bureaucracy always comes at first thing in the morning when you least expect it.
Ready to fuck you
Exactly.
over.
Exactly. Well, then I am going to look over some of the Port Authority's outfit and see what I can find and make with my tools. And we can definitely make this happen.
I think definitely Cromir, maybe Clarity should have a huge role in that since they've got their stuff.
I agree. That's if Cromir knows how to not spill over his words when he's not reading lyrics.
I don't use lyrics. It's all instruments for me, man.
Oh, you're not a singer. Well, that's
It's
probably for the best.
it's vocalizations than it is actual words.
Oh,
If you want intimidation, I can be pretty intimidating.
I'm a jack of all trades kind of guy. I think I can learn how to intimidate somebody.
I'm also pretty intimidating.
I mean, look at him. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know how he.
I usually manage to scare people pretty well.
I can see that. Well, I mean, they usually don't send one, so we can all take the guys if need be.
Mhm.
Some as soldiers, some as, Port Authority workers themselves. The more we have that look intimidating and look like we mean business, the more likely that they are to listen.
Yeah, maybe if the bards. It's weird calling myself just labeling myself. The bards dress for business. Everybody else dress for pleasure, as the guards and things like that. That could
Mhm.
probably be a good little display to work out.
Yeah. That sounds like a really good idea. Have the Port Authority, and they heard that something was being smuggled, so they're like, no, we need to get some muscle, some backbone in this.
Yeah, it could be anything. We just know it's something smuggled that should not be coming through. Taking
Mhm.
every precaution.
All right. Well, then I will spend night making some disguise kits and outfits for us ready. Then I will change my face up again.
I thought Diana is basically our tailor for really most of these missions. Our word, our
I love it.
That is what he
Oh,
does.
anything from Cora there?
This plan sounds good. I think Cora would probably come in as like the item specialist. If we're not sure what's being smuggled in, Cora would identify it.
Okay, very nice. All right, in that case, I think with the plan, we'll get to that next week, y'all.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
So we'll come in level 2, doing their third mission.
Woot.
Lovely.
Hey, everyone, watch. Thanks so much, and we will see you next week.